Hey guys, thanks for joining my video today. I'm going to show you how I made the this cute little window pane bracelet. It's a really fun design that I think comes together pretty quickly. It's a multi-drop design that is made with size 10 Delicas. And I wanted to say also that it could be made with many other sizes of beads, but I'm using size 10 Delica today because I'm going to do a special finish that features a little stitch-in finding. That's a really nice fit for the size 10 Delica. It would also be a perfect fit for the size 10 Matubo cylinder that I have in my shop. So both of those beads are going to work great for you. And you can use any colors. You just need two colors really, or you can go with more colors like I did on this one. So I'm going to walk you through what I used, and then I'm going to show you how to structure the design and how to make it your own using any colors you want, and then how to put on the finding. All right, so to get started, I'm going to show you what I used here. And then I'm going to work kind of a variation today color-wise with the same structure, just for something different. The original design, you're going to want to grab one of the, it's called 732 Opaque Dark Cream. And that was one of the main colors in our Sagebrush mix for August. And then I used that as the main color here that is the window panes. And then in each of the little windows, I featured a color starting with a light bronze and then a Picasso turquoise. This is called Evergreen Mix, which is a mix of seed beads. It's sold in an actual tube, just like that. And then Tea Rose. And so two of these colors were actually in our Sagebrush mix. And so if you have that, you already have those two colors and the cream. But this uses a lot of the cream color, so you probably are going to need another tube of that to get this created. And then the finding that I'm using is one of the stitch-in findings that in my shop I have them labeled as 3-drop peyote findings. And what they actually are is a Tila finding, or a half Tila finding. But I repurposed them for this, and they are really beautiful for 3-drop peyote with the size of a bead. They will also work for a 2-drop with an 8-0. And I'm going to do something with that actually, featuring my Customer Appreciation Week kit. That's coming up later. So these are going to come in handy for both this project and when I haven't done yet that I'm about to do. Also, if you're browsing back through some of the content we did for Sagebrush Mix, you'll find that I've used these findings in silver for the scatter bracelet, which is one of our one jar projects that featured the mix. So I will drop links to everything that I'm going on about here in the chat, in the comments description for the video. So that'll be there for you to find, and a link to my website where you can find links to all of the stuff that I'm mentioning as well. Okay, so let's just dive into the how to build this. So I'm going to use a darker color thread so you can see what I'm doing. And this is just a size B beading thread. I'm going to trim that. And for my needle size, I'm using a size 11 beading needle. I'm just going to thread that really quick. All right, so again, size 11 beading needle. And I have some size B beading thread. And you want to start with a comfortable working length. This is one of those designs where you're probably going to want to add thread. And again, the colors that I used here were the cream and some of these other beautiful delicate colors, but I'm going to switch now to limestone. This is also in my shop. Let me show you it really quick. It's just a little bit lighter than the cream color, see? So I'm going to use the limestone now, and I'm going to work that with my leftover Sagebrush mix. So this one is really picked through because I made a lot of designs and I used all of the cream out of it. And so what I'm going to do is just dump that out. And I'm going to feature this as my little windows in the design. Okay, so here's what you want to do to start. Start by stringing a series of beads in the following order. So you're going to start with 2 of your main color. And so your main color could be the cream, or in my case, I'm using limestone. And then you want to string 3, and that's going to be your first window color. And then 2 more of your main. 3 of the other color. And then you'll want to string 2 more of the main color. So it's 2, 3, 2, 3, and then ends with 2. And from there, what we're going to do, slide that down, leave a 12-inch tail, and here you'll want to pick up just 1 of the main color. And back here on the first set that we strung, skip the first bead, and then go through just the second bead. You'll get to right about here. Go ahead and just pull your working and tail thread apart to make this little peyote pop. It'll look just like that. Next, you want to pick up 3 more of your special color. So I've just been going with the chartreuse from the mix. This is a really beautiful one. And in this case, you're going to go through, skip the 3, and go through the 2 main in the center here. So just these 2 right here. Pull that through, pull the threads apart. And there you go. And now you want to pick up 3 more of the contrast color. So this is the color that's going to be the little windows. And skip the corresponding 3. And this time, again, you'll want to go through the next 2 in the main color. So what we just did are 3 rows, the starting rows of a peyote stitch design that achieves an even count, but keeps a center point. And it's the exact width of the finding that we want to finish with. So all of that was accomplished with just kind of messing with the counts a little bit for a regular even count peyote. So super easy, right? Let's keep going. I'm going to pick up 2 more beads. And we're going to skip these 2 beads here. And go through the 3 color, contrasting color beads here. Okay. And then you'll pick up 2 more. And this is going to be in the main color. And then you want to pick up 1 more in the main color. Just 1 and go through right there. And so you will get the 4th row. It will stack just like that. Pretty cool, right? See how quick this is going to go? You'll have a bracelet done in no time. All right. And so from here, we're just going to carry on with the same process. So you're going to pick up 1 bead, go through just that 1 up bead here. And now 3 of those contrast beads and go through the 2 in the middle. And then you want to pick up 3, skip the next 3 and go through the last 2. And just know that you can work with any color you want as far as what colors you put for your main and for your windows. So what I did in the pattern, if you like it, you can stick with that, is I did 3, and then I went back and did a row with the main to create the window panes. Then I went back to 3 in a different color. And so I'm going to carry on just like that here with this one. And the same way, we're just going to pick up 2 beads right here. And we're just going to pop them right on right there. By going through those 3. And then I'm going to put 2, the main color, We'll go through those 3 beads right there. And then we'll pop on one more. So here's one. Go through right here. And there you go. So everything looks great right there. Okay, so we're going to pick up another main. And this whole row now is going to be all main color. And again, that's how we make the little window pane effect. So this time you're going to need to pick up 3. 3 main color. Go through right here. 3 more of the main color. And then go through those last 2 right here. All right. This is a great way to use up those leftover beads from the mix. And I'm really going to love how this looks when it's done. It's going to be very unique and different. So let's start the next row. 2 more. I'm thinking together we'll do two whole windows so you can see the whole process coming together. So this is all going to be a row of just main color. For us, that is our limestone. And remember at the end, you've just got space for that 1. That's how we did our even count. Our eyes won't even see that when the bracelet's done. Probably when you first looked at it, you didn't even notice that that was 2 versus 1. But that's the ticket right there. And so let's get the 1 here. Turn and come back. And now let me pick a different color. Let's go with the gold. That's gonna look cute. And what I could have done is I could have done a scatter too. I could have mixed this all up, and that would have looked amazing as well. But I'm just having fun. So apologies, I kind of stopped narrating, but I'm just going along. And I'm just picking up the right bead for the right spot. So there's those. All right. And let's do one more. Back through that one. And now we need our window again. So let's go the contrast color. And one of these. Now the reason I went with this pattern is I wanted to teach this stitch in a way that is really easy to visualize, because I have a plan of doing more like this, but with a more complicated pattern. Haven't done them yet. They're in my head, but seeing how quickly this comes together and how it gives you a nice center point and how you can add a finding. Different configurations like this are absolutely possible. There's really limitless combinations that you can do just by changing your drop counts. And by drop counts, I mean 1, 2, and 3 drop peyote, which we're doing all of that right now in sync, right? So can you kind of visualize, like, oh, if I changed this to 3, now I can put my finding in the middle, and now I only need 1 finding. I kind of thought about doing that too. On this one, I think we could have got away with that. I think it's nice to have the extra structure of 2, but like, for example, if you wanted to try a single center point, it would give you the ability to just put on a chain and a lobster claw, and you wouldn't need a special clasp or anything. So these are all things that I have plans to do coming up. And I'm adding Delica colors. I'm going to add 6 new colors to the shop this month. I'm also adding those clasps I just held up. The little slideys, I'm going to add those as well. They will likely be in this week, actually. If you're watching this Monday night on, what's today? Today, let's see, I'm recording this on Sunday the 18th. It will be, when you're watching this for you, it'll be Monday night on the 19th. And I have a feeling that by Thursday or Friday of the week of August 19th, I will have the updated items in the shop. So we're just, we're just stitching along. Let me move my mat back. Sorry, I slid off a little there. See how quick this goes? It really does not take long. 3 and 3. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to create a diagram, of course, so that you have something to follow. But essentially, this is the entire thing where you just keep going. You just keep picking up the next row, and one of your rows is going to be made with all of the main color. And then the row that follows, I'm going to introduce another contrast color for another window. And in this way, you can make your design as long as you'd like. So let's go with the Picasso blue now. What do you think of that? That's cute. And there we go. One of the colors I'm adding, I'm really excited about. It's going to be great for upcoming holidays, both Halloween and also it has some, I have a red for Christmas. So I had 2 requests. I had someone ask for a Halloween themed, and then I had someone ask for more holiday stuff. And so I actually do have Christmas colors coming. And I've got a bright yellow. So we needed a bright yellow. I felt like it was missing this time from the mixes we had. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to have all of something will work for every color, so you can kind of make any pattern you want, and you won't feel like anything's missing using all the colors from my shop. That's been my dream to do that for a while, so I'm a little bit excited about it. And I also still have the size 10 Matubo cylinder, and those beautiful beads will work perfectly with what we are doing right now. So if you want to check those out, they're in the seed bead section of my shop. And I have quite an assembly of colors there. Those are really fun. It goes so fast, doesn't it? We're like making a third window, already. And so what I was thinking I would do for this video is I'll get to the end of this one, and then we can put a clasp on the starting side. And I'll explain starting and ending sides. They're the same thing. You do the same exact step. And there's that one. There we go. One more set. And we've got all of that. Look at that. That was quick. Okay, let me show you some fun stuff here. I'm going to slide the mat a little bit. Let's talk about length for just 1 second. So laying this one right on top of that one, I'm going to show, because we want to put the finding on together on this side. So it's right about there before the finding. All right. And then how many windows did I do and what length is this bracelet? And this will all be in the PDF, but I'm just going to show you for the visual. Before I put the clasp on, it's a little under 6 inches or so. So if we start from there, more like 5 3/4. But then by the time the clasp is on, I'm closer to 6 1/4, 6.5 actually. And so that's what I wanted for my design. And that has a total here of 4 repeats. So you've got, in this case, I had 4 different colors of window. And I did that 4 times. And then I ended with 1 more repeat of the starting color. So that I will put that all in the PDF for you, so you can just download and have that handy when you're stitching. But yeah, just take it to the desired length that you want. And it could be any length really. So you can keep going. You can make it go twice around, even if you wanted to. There's a really cool look. Overlapping bracelets like that look very cool, and they're super trendy right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a needle on my tail side, and I'm going to share with you how to end also on this side. When you get to the desired length of your bracelet, try to end on a row right before this one. So I was popping on this color here. This is the row you'd want to end on when you're finishing your design. So you'd want to end before adding these, right? And then you would just come along and you'd stitch on that first bead right there. And then you'd put the finding where these 3 beads are. And you'd put the finding where these 3 are. And I'm going to show you that on the starting side. But essentially the finding becomes these 2 sets of 3. Here's how it looks on this one. Let's move that over. And in fact, I could actually show that and then just take it apart so I can finish my bracelet, but I don't want this video to be super, super long. And I might finish it over the next few days because I've got a bunch of other orders, guys, that I got to pack. So I'm going to switch to that for a little bit and then get to finish this one eventually. But so here's my starting side. And your starting side will look like this if you're starting your pattern the same way I did. I do think it's easiest to start with a row with the colors because it gives you the 3 and the 2 and helps you find your way as you're starting it. So go ahead and put on 2 your main color beads. And I'll illustrate this as well, so it'll be in the PDF. Okay, 2 more. And 1. Okay. And now pick up 1 right here. This is where you want to grab your finding. I'm going to do rose gold this time. That one is the one that, of all the colors I have in the shop, guys, I have bronze, silver, gold, and rose gold. Rose gold is not selling as well. And I think it's because the description rose gold, this is really shiny copper. To me, when I look at this, I see shiny copper. And I'm going to use a shiny copper finding with it. I'm going to go get some shiny jump rings, and I'm going to bring them together and finish it that way. So we're going to essentially do that. And that's going to look super cool. Okay, so string on this one. And go through those 2. See how this is just becoming the 3 beads. And that's all there is to it. Here's the next one. We'll string that one. There it is. So if you want, you can stop here. You would need to reinforce, right? Weave around, go back through it. And you could just have that be the end if you want. But what I did on my design is I gave it a little bit more. And I added an additional row. So you'll pick up the 2 main color. And then just treat the finding as your up beads, just like we were doing when it was the 3 beads. So just go right through the finding just like that. And then you'll need 2 more. And go through right like that. Just do the finding. And then last but not least, you'll just need the 1 bead to finish off the row. I like that because it doesn't leave that little bead hanging. It looks a little bit more finished and polished to me when it's like that. And so you would just duplicate what we just did here on your finishing side, and you've got it. And so to weave in, let me show you weaving in. Go through this one and through this one right here. Okay, so we just went through these 2 beads. And now you can go through the finding again. And then from here, I'll go through this one because it's just adding a little more security to the finding. Okay, go through the next one. All right. And then go through that one there. And I actually think that 2 passes is plenty. Because think about it, like all these other beads, we've only done 1 pass on those, and they're plenty strong. So I really only did 2 passes on mine. Let me show you on the finished one here. See, just like that. So what to do when you get to this spot? Couple of options. By this Friday, hopefully, maybe even Thursday, I am adding to my shop these slidey clasps. So they look like this when you put them on. And they have 3, but the spacing was perfect for what I did here. So if you like that, you can find these in my shop starting on Thursday. Friday probably, maybe, if not Thursday. I'm hoping. Depends on when they arrive for me, but I'll get them listed up in the shop as soon as I get them. But already in my shop right now are the beads and these little stitch-ins. Those are already there, and you can find them at daniellewickes.etsy.com. I'll put all these links. But if you want, you could even just make it easier and just drop a jump ring on each one of these, bring it to a center jump ring, and put a lobster claw on. So that's another way. Other possibilities are jump ring magnetic. So if you have a tiny little magnetic, I also wonder if I have any end bars, things like that, just to get super creative. So those are other possibilities. And then last but not least, if you want to, again, you could change this count here in the center to be 3, and you'd only need 1 finding in the center. So that's another thing. I'm going to do that and probably post it as an addendum here at some point in the future to this video, or as a new video, maybe with a different pattern, something more advanced, something with I don't know. We've done floral already, but I really love doing florals and stitching like this, but maybe even just like a geometric, something with little stars. I don't know. We'll to come up with something, but I just wanted really to show you the structure of how I did this, and I wanted to show you putting that binding on, and then share this possibility as just one of many ways you could finish your design. And hopefully you will love making these as much as I do. I will finish this and post it as soon as I can. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Here, let me switch back to say hi really quick. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And this is our first Monday mini technique video. So this is going to be something ongoing. So every Monday at 4, I'm going to drop a video. That's 4 Pacific. It's either going to be technique focus or a finishing focus, because finishing for seed beading is one of the things that I'm really like into right now. I'm looking for solutions, ideas, things we can do to make finishing super easy and easy to teach for getting our beginners in the door and wanting them to stay, right? So that's what I'm working on right now. It's my big dream, and I appreciate you being here to support it. And I want to wish you a happy rest of your week, and I'll see you Saturday for Seed Bead Saturday. That's coming up. This Saturday's a special one. I'd love for you to join, and we'll see you then.